Hey everyone out there, this is FD from Rollin with FD. And today I want to talk about comps. And when we talk about comps, we're going to talk about some cars that I recently showed you. And I'm also going to walk you through something that happened recently at a local car store centered around comps. And a key part of this is us talking about our philosophy on Rollin with FD. So let me start with that first. I want to talk about the reason why I walked into a retail store and looked at cars. I want everybody that's watching this channel to know there are many people out there. There could be young collectors. There could be collectors trying to get back into the hobby that can't afford a lot of different types of cars. When you talk about immaculate, when you talk about opulence, when you talk about a Topps Chrome product that's been out there, when you talk about national treasures, there are many people that are collecting, can't afford any of that. None of it. So I wanted to create a show that talked about some cars that people could afford. And even when I was growing up, I knew many kids that I went to school with that collected cars that never went into a hobby shop, never saw a hobby shop, didn't know what that was, didn't know that different cars were in hobby packs than what were in retail. And it's important for me on this channel to showcase everything that's happening in the hobby from A to Z so that all collectors feel like their story is being told. Someone is walking into a retail store or into a hobby shop and spending time on how they collect. So my recent episode of Opening Scorecards was part of that. It was important for me personally to walk into a place where I remember I originally started buying cars as a kid, open some packs and see what I found. Now, if I opened those packs and it was a loss, let's say I spent $100 on some cars and I only pulled $50 out, that was still part of the story. I want everybody out there also know, on this channel, there's no clickbait. There's no trying to create a thumbnail that is not represented in reality in the content. I don't believe in that. G doesn't believe in that. My family doesn't believe in that. So that's not what we do. So if you see something on the thumbnail, it's kind of what we saw, how we evaluated, what we looked at, what comps we used. And in this situation, for the score football cards, we use eBay comps. So let's jump into some comps on some of the scorecards that we saw. I got 3 examples for you, but let's show you the first example. Look at this card here. This is a Mac Jones card. It's kind of a throwback look to what was going on in 1991. I remember those cards because I was in high school. Kind of cool card. But as a comment that I recently got that I want to read to everyone, it's important to me that I kind of walk through this. I really respect the person that left the comment. They've been a big supporter of the channel for a while now. And I think what they have here might be what some other people are thinking. So let's walk through it. This comment is from Silver Bull 30. And it says, I love you, FD, but score, and are these prices graded? Because they seem high, bro, for score rookies. I just don't see if you out all these on eBay, you're going to see 500. I mean, I'm just telling you how I really feel. Retail isn't always bad, but this product, I haven't bought score for years, but I thought it was like the cheap product. Anyway, thanks, FD. And I want to say this. I really appreciate comments like this. I appreciate people being genuine. I always ask in every episode, please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And I'm not just asking for the comments that I may want to hear or someone else may want to hear or may be popular or just maybe patting us on the back and saying, hey, FD, hey, G, you're doing a great job. I want people to really be thinking about what's going on in the comment and asking us for details. And we don't have a problem giving them. So this is the first card that's up. This is a Mac Jones card. So one of his rookie cards. It's in the set of some of the stuff that we pulled out. And recently on eBay, there are some comps. Well, on August 19th, this card sold for $5.50. At least that's one comp that's out there. I think I was a little conservative on this and valued the card at $4. I just want to let everybody know kind of where these numbers came from. This is a Trey Lance card. And on eBay, that was a recent comp for $10. I think I valued it the same, $10. This is a Mac Jones kind of variation card. This is the one with the white borders. There are 2 comps on eBay. One is for $37 and one is for just over $41. It's a $41 and I think 1 cent. And I just wanted to walk you through some of those. So that was kind of how I got to the evaluation of what was stated in the video. I kind of took each card, looked them up on eBay, and kind of sorted them out, marked them with sticky notes on what the prices would be, and then added all those up. to come up with an evaluation of what was the initial spend on the cars and then what was the pool total in terms of dollars represented by what I gather from pulling those cars out of packs. And I think there are different ideas out there about what are comps, how are comps used. Am I using the last sold? Am I using the asking price? Am I using the best offer? We're going to get into that. And I want to walk you through a story that happened recently at a local car store that kind of walks through from A to Z on comps and different rationales and different ideas on comps. So I walked into a local car shop and I'm looking around at cars, and some of them are graded, some of them are not. And I spot a Tyler Hero car. It's the 2019 Tyler Hero Panini Hoops number 13, arriving now hollow, PSA 10. Now in the local car shop, they had the price of the card at $139.99. So I just asked, looked at the card, just thought that card might be highly priced. So I asked the gentleman behind the counter, how did you determine the price of that card? And so he went to pull up eBay. And when he pulled up eBay, he showed me the buy it now price. Now, so everybody knows the buy it now price is the price that particular seller who's selling that card on eBay is asking for. That may not be representative of what's actually in the market. Just please know that. I kind of thought that myself. So my initial look was looking the card up on PSA since it was graded. So I scanned the barcode on the back of the card. The card came up and it was worth around $42. At least that's what the last sale was in May of 2021. So I told the gentleman behind the counter, I will now look up comps on eBay and find out what this card is selling for. On November 10th of 2021 on eBay, with 22 bids, this same card in a PSA 10 sold for $42. On November 2nd, 2021, same card in a PSA 10 sold for $40 with 17 bids. So now, if you're a collector and you're out there, you saw a card priced at $139. Buy it now on eBay is at $135. It's really a $40 card. So what happens next? I reviewed everything that had just happened with the gentleman behind the counter and walked him through the process from $139 listed in the store to $135, buy it now on eBay, to around $40 to $42 as last sold in the month of November, which is the month that we're in, on eBay. He said, I think that price might be a little bit too low. I showed him on my telephone exactly what those prices were, the prices that you're seeing here right now. He walked in the back and said, oh, well, let me talk to the owner of the car. It was an individual in the back. They talked for a little bit. He came back out and told me, well, we'll sell the car to you for $85. So then I walked him back through everything that we had went through. $139, $135 buy it now. Looked up comps on eBay for around $40-something. Also saw a $40 price point on PSA last sold in May. After I stated all that again, I said, well, I'm willing to pay $40. The gentleman went back into the back room, came back out and said, we're going to have to stay at the $80 price. It's in the owner of the car's PC. He doesn't want to depart with the car for less than around $80. And at this point in the negotiation, as the buyer, I said, well, I respect that. I respect the potential seller's option for not going lower than a particular price. And I'm aware that comp may be saying something else, but the seller didn't want to go there. But I just wanted to walk through this story with everyone for people to understand that there are different people looking at different things when it comes to comp prices on a site like eBay. Some people out here are pricing cars at what the seller is asking for a given card on eBay. That may be well out of market. And I always go back to, if you're selling a used car and you want to determine the evaluation of that car in the open market, you consult Kelley Blue Book. That's kind of what us collectors do when we're trying to purchase a car, or us buyers do when we're trying to purchase a car. We consult comps. Now the seller may say, I don't want to sell that card at that price. Some sellers have actually told me, FD, I bought into the card when it was worth X amount at that amount, and I don't want to take the loss to sell it at a cheaper price. That could have been part of the conversation today, but it just wasn't talked about. But as the buyer, I just ask everyone to respect that. I also ask the sellers to know that us buyers are out here really looking at comps and trying to understand what's going on, and that may be a part of the conversation. If that conversation then becomes one where let's determine what the sales price will be for this negotiation, if both parties want to enter into that, that's a great thing. If both parties decide, no, we don't want to do that, that's also a great thing. We enjoy breaking the score of football cards a lot. And I think a lot of people like to see that kind of content from us. If you do, let us know. And we were a much smaller channel. We opened up some 2020 NBA Hoops cards in a box. We can show you that link again in the description box so that you can watch that content. But we want to open up more cards. And I know we talked about some comments today, but we've also received others letting us know that they would like to see more of that from us. So if you want to see more card breaks on Rollin with FD, give us some suggestions on what cards you'd like to see. And we would love to open them. We'll mix that in with other things that we're doing. So just let us know more about what you'd like to see from a card break perspective or even any other ideas, and we'll bring them to you. We try to challenge ourselves to make sure we're bringing different things to the table on Rollin with FD and showing different parts of what's going on in the hobby from A to Z. Thank you very much. Goodbye. See you soon.